Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers eyeing big move, insider. The Los Angeles Lakers are looking to make a trade to address their shallow depth at the center position, ESPN's Shams Charania reported on October 10. Sources tell me the Lakers have been exploring potentially adding a big man, a center, to their roster, Charania said on his NBA Today debut. Not sure exactly when that will take place, but they have started looking into the marketplace. The Lakers only have Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes as their healthy big men in their rotation, with Christian Wood still recovering from a knee issue. Hayes, according to Charania, has really stepped up in the training camp, which is a welcome development for the Lakers. The 7-foot center is averaging 7.0 points, 7.0 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, and 1.5 assists in the Lakers' first 2 preseason games. The Lakers have also signed Christian Koloko to a 2-way contract. However, the 24-year-old center has yet to get his medical clearance from the NBA. He was expected to play a potential reserve role on this roster, and our Lakers reporter Dave McMenamin and I have heard internally the Lakers doctors have felt confident that he will be cleared by the league's fitness to play panel due to his blood clot issue, but that is still an ongoing process, Charania added. The Lakers are still waiting for answers from the league, from the Players Association, on his clearance. Koloko missed the entire last season after he was discovered to have career-threatening blood clot issue. The NBA barred him from playing and even practicing with his team. The NBA's fitness to play panel consists of one physician appointed by the NBA, one physician appointed by the Players Association and one physician appointed by agreement of the first 2 physicians, per the collective bargaining agreement, determine whether players with potentially life-threatening injuries, illnesses, or other medical conditions are medically able and fit to practice and play basketball in the NBA. Koloko's doctors has cleared him to resume playing, Sportsnet Canada reported in July, which pushed him to begin training for his NBA comeback. The comebacking center was also pursued by his former team, Toronto Raptors, along with the Los Angeles Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs, before deciding to join the Lakers, Charania reported in September. Washington Wizards center Jonas Valanciunas is a name to watch as a trade target for the Los Angeles Lakers, McMenamin reported on September 12. However, the Lithuanian big man cannot be traded until December 15. Valanciunas, who averaged 12.2 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists for the Pelicans last season, fits the mold of the bruising center Redick wanted to pair with Anthony Davis in the Lakers' frontcourt. Redick made this explicitly clear in an interview with SiriusXM NBA Radio during the NBA Summer League in July. You look at the Western Conference right now, whether it's Denver, Minnesota, OKC with what they added, certainly Memphis, they're going to be back in the hunt, they added Zach Edey, Redick said. Certain matchups in the playoffs, you're going to need a lot of size. Valanciunas was on LeBron James' shortlist of players he was willing to take pay cut for during the NBA free agency. But the center did not wait for the Lakers and opted to sign with the Wizards via sign-and trade for 3 years, $30 million. Grade the trade. Zach LaVine to Lakers move takes new twist in fascinating mock deal. 2 things are certain entering the 2024-25 NBA season. 1. Trade rumors will continue to swirl around Zach LaVine until he's no longer a member of the Chicago Bulls. And 2. The Los Angeles Lakers will be involved in 99% of all mock trades until LeBron James retires or takes his talents, and probably his son, to another franchise. Also involved in the rumor mill of late has been New Orleans Pelicans forward Brandon Ingram. Ingram is due a massive raise and New Orleans doesn't want to be the franchise to hand it to him. The lanky forward is also an odd fit beside organizational star Zion Williamson. So why not include all 3 parties in a mock trade? Bleacher Report's Andy Bailey did just that, but for seemingly the first time this offseason, the deal didn't have LaVine going straight to LA for some grouping of young players, salary filler, and picks. This time, the deal has a third team and an interesting twist for the Bulls that could speed along their rebuild with a different stable of assets. Bailey's full mock trade idea looks like this: the Lakers would accomplish exactly what they want with this mock move, upgrade around James and Anthony Davis without losing Austin Reeves. Los Angeles would add a new dimension with a pure scorer in LaVine. LeBron can no longer carry the offensive burden for the Lakers and will need nights off. Davis isn't the shot creator LaVine is, and Reeves is still a complementary player. LA could use a player like LaVine, who could take over offensively and score 20 to 30 points on any given night. The Pelicans, meanwhile, would remove themselves from the Ingram situation and add some desperately needed size. Hayes hasn't established himself as a starting caliber center and likely never will, but with just weeks to go before the regular season starts, and New Orleans faces the Bulls on opening night, the team's best options up front are rookie Yves Missy and journeyman Daniel Tice, who played overseas last year. Hachimura would give them another big body with some scoring ability to help offset the loss of Ingram. The Bulls' motives in this deal would be a little more complicated, but when the move is broken down piece by piece, it becomes an interesting proposal. In this theoretical deal, Chicago would trade one scorer for another by swapping LaVine for Ingram. The 27-year-old wing would be a better fit on the Bulls' guard-heavy roster, but the franchise has no room for him long-term and doesn't need to make another mistake with an unnecessary, massive extension. The unfortunate reality of the once promising Zach LaVine to the Lakers trade. Zach LaVine to the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a trade that's been discussed for the better part of a calendar year, with rumors implying that it could transpire and speculation seemingly ignoring all that's changed in the time since it was first mentioned as a possibility. It remains as compelling an exercise in trade debating as any, but there's an unfortunate reality facing the LaVine to the Lakers narrative: no one knows who LaVine will be next season. There was a time when LaVine joining the Lakers was the type of move that could have elevated the franchise to championship heights. A big three of Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and LaVine would have checked every box, with three dynamic players whose skill sets complemented one another to perfection. Entering the 2024-25 regular season, however, the Lakers simply can't justify trading for LaVine, not at this point in time, at least. Shams Charania and Darnell Mayberry of The Athletic reported on November 14, 2023, that the Bulls were open to trading LaVine. They named the Lakers as team that could be interested in acquiring the two-time All-Star. Unfortunately, LaVine's injury woes became an unavoidable factor just 16 days later, ultimately forcing him to miss 57 games, and to no longer qualify as an ideal Lakers trade target. At his best, LaVine is a unique shooting guard who combines elite accuracy as a shooter with unrivaled explosiveness as an athlete. It's the combination of traits that teams dream of finding in a perimeter player, but are rarely able to. Between 2019-20 and 2022-23, LaVine channeled those strengths to average 25.5 points, 4.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 3.0 three-point field goals made on .479/.390/.839 shooting. Unfortunately, LaVine is coming off of a significant injury at 29 years of age, and has 3 seasons and $137,998,980 remaining on his contract. Even if the Bulls were willing to dump LaVine's salary for a minimal return, the Lakers still would need to part with essential players based on the finances alone. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Zach LaVine? Leave your opinion in the comments.